Porque nadie se quiere ¡Ay, coño, me voy! Me voy
Tantas curvas
Feo.
y yo aquí sin freno. Me hipnotiza el swing de cada movimiento. Voy con todo, ni lo pienso. Afino labio y el tono.
Like an intro like this, mira. I need like an intro like this. Hey, you want to learn how to start loving yourself? Click on this link. All right, I'm just going to get to the point and give you guys some tips on how to start loving yourself. So first things first. Oh, shit. Let's start from the roots. Because I feel like a lot of us lack so much self-love because of our roots. I know that for me, for example, growing up, I never had that type of support. I never had, you know, like compliments, unless it was from freaking somebody's perverted ass deal. You know, compliments from like those closest to me, you know, like my mom. I was going to say my dad, but God forbid. You know, but like, I feel like that's when the mother role is so important, to sort of provide that reassurance, that love, those words of affirmation, to sort of remind you that you're beautiful. I never had that. So I feel like the roots, that's really what it boils down to. Not having that support system that constantly, okay, because reassurance, like I said, goes a long way. Constantly reassures you of how worthy you are, how beautiful you are. Like, I never received that type of confirmation. So lacking that while growing up obviously affected me for the rest, you know, for basically the rest of my life, till I was eventually able to put all of these pieces together. So when I knew and I realized, like, damn, I didn't have that. So guess what? I'm not going to depend, because I also did that mistake of depending on the love and reassurance of those that I gave my heart to, you know, like my partners. I depended on them to provide that reassurance to me. And then as soon as they were gone, of course, you reach that point where you feel worthless again, because obviously they were giving you something that you lacked while growing up, and now that it's gone, that's why women tend to also move on to the next relationship so quick, because they fiend it. They're wanting it. They don't give it to themselves. And that was one thing that I needed to start doing eventually, as you know, as I grew more and more in love with myself. I started literally looking at myself and providing those reassurance, you know, those words, not reassurance, those words of affirmation to myself. I would literally, it didn't even matter what I was wearing. Even on my worst days, I'll be like, bitch, you cute. Oh my God. Okay. I see you, you know, and it's like little things like that, to where when you start boosting yourself up, you eventually start believing it. You know, you start believing it, and you start caring more about what's in here than what's out here. Because the thing with your physical attributes is that they're always changing. They're always changing. I'm not who I was 10 years ago. So you have to learn how to love yourself at every stage of your life, because your body's constantly changing. Your face is constantly aging. Changing, and we aged too at the same time. So you need to learn how to evolve with every level and stage of your life. And at the same token, provide yourself with that reassurance, that self-love that nobody can fucking give you but yourself. And you also, with that comes the not needing that validation anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, my partners, some of the ones that I've been with didn't know how to even handle that side of me. Because guess what? When they didn't compliment me, when they didn't boost myself up, when I got all cute and they didn't compliment me, guess what? I was in the mirror like, you that bitch. I didn't need it. And they didn't know how to handle that. And that's okay. It's okay for your partners not to understand that internal work that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a supportive partner by your side, Pa'l carajo, señores. It's really that simple. So, roots, and then you start developing into that self-love, that reassurance for yourself. Another thing that is so important is to continue to evolve, continue to change, continue to aspire to be who you want to be. You know, I think one of the biggest mistakes that we do, especially as women, or even as men, actually, we all refer back to the old us. You know, like, for example, me being an overweight person at one time. When I was overweight, I was like, I used to tell myself, like, oh my God, I need to look like this again. I need to look like this again. And we do the same thing now. Like me, you know, I would look back at old pictures and be like, oh my God, I was so thin. I need to look like that again. Or whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what you need to accept is the fact that that is no longer you. Okay? You need to get that shit out of your mind, that old version of you no longer exists. And you don't want it to exist. Because even at that time, you weren't probably happy. So the real focus and the real transition starts when you start to accept and aspire to reach a new level of self-love. To reach a new level of what you want to look like. You know, and at the end of the day, we are given a temple. We are given a body. And we might not always be educated enough to treat it right, to eat right, to go to the gym, to work out, to look good for us. You know, like, we need to break out of that habit of constantly letting ourselves go. Okay? Because consistency creates results. And when you are consistent in all aspects of life and you are consistently growing, guess what? That's all you can do. Is just keep moving on up. So it's all really a mindset. You know what I mean? If you want to change, you know, the way you look, for example, you want to change the way you look, educate yourself. Educate yourself on healthy eating. Shit, even go as far. At the end of the day, I'm a huge believer that sometimes we're not born with what we wish we had, obviously. You know, some might not have ass, some might not have titties. If you want to go get a boob job to make yourself feel better, go get a fucking boob job and make yourself feel better. You want to go get your ass done? Shit, listen, as long as you do your research and you have the money and don't go into debt to advance your physical features, fucking do it. Don't keep being led by how people feel and what family's gonna think, or what whether you have a supportive partner or not. Do what you have to do to make you happy, but be consistent about it. Okay? And most importantly, because I feel like I'm going off topic. Most importantly, fucking heal. I beg you to fucking heal. A lot of people that deal with insecurities, we tend to do the blame game. You know, I used to do that for like forever. I used to blame my mom for being overweight, you know, because obesity runs in my family. And I used to blame my family for being overweight. I used to blame my family. Like, at the end of the day, once you are old enough to make fucking wise decisions for yourself, you are old enough to also be accountable for your choices. Do I need to repeat that again? Once you are old enough to make wise decisions, that means that you are also old enough to be accountable for your choices moving forward. Okay? You can no longer blame your family for not educating you on healthy eating. You can no longer blame your partner or even your history for not taking your ass to the gym as much as you could. We can't do the whole blame game. Like, come up with a plan. Envision the person that you want to be, that you want to look like. And let me make this fucking clear. Do not compare yourself to others. When I say envision the person that you want to look like, that means just close your fucking eyes and be like, you know what, bitch, I want to look like this. I want to have this kind of hair. I want to dress like this. And put a fucking game plan in place and be consistent with it. And I promise you, you will be that. You will get there. Not by comparing yourselves to others, not by blaming others, not by, like, be fucking accountable. Because at the end of the day, if you are a grown-ass adult, oh shit, my battery's about to die. If you are a grown-ass adult, you can make shit happen for yourself. And you have to absolutely believe that you are worthy of those kind of results. And the only one that can convince you of that is you. You are the only one that can work on your mental health enough to boost your self-esteem, to want better for yourself, to want a better fucking life, and to know that you are deserving of it. Because if I'm deserving of it, if I can look like this, if I can fucking work my ass off every day and continue to fucking grow, you can fucking do it too. Because there's really no excuse. I've done the 1,000,001 excuses. There really is no excuse. Feel worthy enough and work your motherfucking ass off consistently to achieve those goals. And whoever doesn't support you, whoever doesn't believe you, whoever doesn't, isn't okay with how you want to love yourself and create the new version of you, fuck them. I'm the first one to tell you, fuck. And lastly, do not compare yourself to others. Don't go online looking at these fucking perfect women, with their non-cellulite asses. Like, we can't even sit here and hate on them. Most of those women fucking work their ass off to not have cellulite. Most of those women decided to educate themselves on healthy eating and, and going to the gym, and they look fucking amazing. All we can do is admire them. Admire them for their fucking consistency and their strength to be able to be that. But that doesn't mean you can't be that. That doesn't mean it's too late for you. It's never too late. We're constantly healing. We're constantly growing. But you have to put in the fucking work. You have to put in the fucking work. So just like how they are deserving of having the lifestyle and body and appearance that they, earned, so are you. Okay? You just gotta want it bad enough. Let's make it happen, bitch, because I believe in you!